Welcome, everyone. Let me give y'all a chance to tap into the live. Welcome, and welcome those of you who will be watching this message once it's posted. Welcome, new subscribers, and welcome, returning subscribers. It's great to have you all here. This is a general collective message. I may be coming back live later on to do personal energy updates, but nonetheless, yes, I am open for personal readings. You'll see all that information in the description box below. But this is going to be, like I said, a general message. Definitely is just something that Source got to say, and I'm here to relay the message. So we're going to see what's popping, what's really good up in her. Definitely saw 44 on the timer. So, yeah. Welcome, my love. Welcome. I'm glad to see you here, Ashe. I'm glad to see you here, Ashe. Glad to see you all here. Okay, y'all. So let me go ahead and just get into these messages. And excuse me for the remainder of these videos if y'all don't hear me say like the prayers or opening meditation. Because there may be moments that's not going to happen quite often, but I feel like the next couple, which could be the next two lives, where I just be like, look, this is a message for blah, 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 whatever. Because at this point, prior to even coming on live, I'm always in a meditative state anyway. You know what I mean? Honestly, I feel like I'm experiencing life from a meditative state, as a matter of fact. So the way the energy's been shifted, it really feels like, ooh, you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, this message is damn sure. Let me not even say damn sure. Whatever. Listen, even when it comes to curse words. See, I'm about to be going from one place to another. I raise it. Listen, y'all, let's get into these messages. And I am here, Source, okay, as the vessel to relay these messages. So I'll connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe, the divine infinite creator of all divine masculine, divine feminine. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my ancestors and spirit guides. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the galaxies. The galaxies. I feel like I jumped that a little bit. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the solar systems. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for the collective to use their mind's eye to see. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Because it's really has come the moment for me to express a lot, because I'm noticing there have been messages that I would hold on to because I'm like, and that's something that I have come to terms with of we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. So I say that to say this. There's going to be times where you make decisions, you take action on that decision. You may not see fully why you're even doing this, or even your knowing of why you're doing it may not be all knowing as to why you're actually doing it. But it's through the journey, through the processes where you see that perfection of creation, where things just change, they shift, they don't stay the same. It's the biggest tug of war of humanity right now is thinking that they're going to stay the same and keep doing the same shit over and over. And now this is what's being passed down from generation to generation in its own way of experiencing that energy. Because it's not one thing that that's there. It's not one thing. It's not. There's so many things. But there's a level that we all go through when it comes to your ego's death, right? And it there's a reason why y'all not seeing me right now. I see why. I'm more than likely may even come back later because this is all part of the messages in itself. Um, hmm. Everyone has their own level as to what they consider to be that breakthrough. And I feel like that's the biggest misunderstanding amongst humans. And if there was something that was being broken through, to call it a breakthrough, is when you realize within yourself that however you choose to feel about your experience, that's your choice because it's your path, it's your life, it's your feelings. Nobody can feel what it is that you are feeling. Doesn't matter if you explain to them verbatim what it is. So there's a lot of like these communications where there's misunderstandings because people are going back and forth wanting to understand each other, and that shit ain't it. That's really not it. It's a very loud cry for help as to saying, I need to understand myself. That's what that is. And being honest about some of these, ways of thinking and doing, because sometimes we take action. Granted, we're not here to explain ourselves, and again, not here to be um, understood by anyone else outside of us but self, which is basically your connection between you and the divine. But where was I even going with that? See, my ego said, skirt, got right up in there. Now it got me thinking about what I'm about to say. We are all really just having these shifts, and you're realizing the luxury in isolation. That's another message for somebody else out there. You're seeing the luxury in isolation. But I think I put that in the post that I had up earlier, where it's like not caring respectfully, hashtag respectfully, because in the past you may have cared, but you was more than likely disrespectful about the shit where you was still more than likely in that understanding stage of not caring. Anything we care about, we give energy to. Now the level of care doesn't matter. It's still care being given into something. So there's already an investment. Doesn't matter how low or high. There's already an investment. So I feel like that was the message for someone. Well, there's not just that. There's gonna be more, but it's been like, what was y'all weekend like? What was y'all weekend like, collective? Because it felt like it was Epiphany fucking weekend. Like when I mean that space of I don't care, but respectfully, it's like you know what? Like one of my physical realizations was I look at things or observe things the way I do because if I allow my ego to get even one step closer to not responding from the soul or from the higher self, mm-mm. Same way everyone has that different levels of intensity, what they call the intensity of an experience as they go through a breakthrough. Same on the other end, depending on how the breakthrough fits. You feel me? Crazy busy Saturday, but had Reiki late afternoon. I felt much lighter afterwards. I love that. My weekend was beautiful and full of revelation. Yes, yes. Honestly, mine too. It was just like, wow. Like, you know how, okay, you see the Ten of Wands? It looked like, let's look at this. Let me see, just because I said Ten of Wands, let me see where that's at. Let's see where that's at. Yeah, let me move these back. Yeah, we already opened up with source. Are we in this? Hold on. Let me see something. And let me see a little something. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm just enjoying it. Okay. So would you look at that shit here? It's exactly what we're explaining right now. You can't, I'm telling you, can't make this shit up. If you know tarot cards, you know exactly what we were just talking about just now. Got a lot to do with this. Once you realize the intensity of your journey, it's like you gonna take all the burdens and all the deception, you're gonna bring all that shit together. Okay, at some point it's like you just like no. Now wait a fucking minute now here. Let me look at this entire story together. What is really going the fuck on here? You know what I'm saying? The divine has truly showed itself to me. Small ways to show how grand it and myself are. Yes, exactly. And with those revelations is where you could really step out of this heavy energy right here of carrying all these burdens of sabotaging thoughts. Sabotaging thoughts could even be something to the levels of where you think you are assisting something, but that's the heaviest burden. The one that you think is the lightest is the heaviest. I feel like that's been like the plot twist to life. But being able to see it from that higher perspective, like the observer, and just be like, this is what I mean about responding from the spiritual rather than letting the ego take the wheel the entire time. Yeah, because the ego's going to do whatever it can do to protect you. Now, what can protect you doesn't mean that it's actually beneficial to you and your highest purpose. So, yeah, it's great to see you all here, though. Let's see what message Source has for you all, shall we? Here we go. Material and spiritual prosperity with positive movement forward. The waiting game was the positive movement forward. We have here Gabriel, yeah, throat chakra, moving forward, trusting the intuition. It's basically like feelings don't change, your thoughts about them do. But once you bring it back to that 0 point, still the same type of feelings. So that's another way of like wanting or knowing how to connect to your soul tribe. It's being able to recognize that resonance or similarity enough for you to still be in balance with who you are around other people. It's like once you get to the bottom of it, that 0 point, like I said, that energy or that feeling is there. There's so many words to label a feeling, so many words, but that feeling is all that it already is. Now, this is where the layers in life come into play. And this is what I'm saying. This could assist with connecting with your soul tribe, is knowing which layer you're a part of or where you're currently, surviving if you have to, and thriving or just thriving. But main thing about it is to thrive, to get out of this survival state. And realizing in doing so, it takes this level of compassion that doesn't make you seem like the weak one. You know what I mean? Because it gives a twist, the energy that I'm picking up on what turning the other cheek is. That doesn't mean taking the abuse. That doesn't mean allowing yourself to be degraded. None of that. Basically, like day and night, or like the light and the shadow. Just know when it's time to rise up on something, know when it's time to put something to rest. Simply said that way. Simply said that way. See the magician in the mirror here, though. Recognition and reward. Yeah, it's like recognizing all of those past cycles and what they actually truly meant. Because they were happening for, but through you. And it seemed like it was happening to you. Well, if it's happening for and through you, it seemed like it's happening to you because you are the vessel. But on a grander scheme of things, and you are the grander scheme of things, you are the bigger picture. You are the material and spiritual prosperity, source is saying. We have hope, indicating the stars energy. You are the material and spiritual prosperity. The energy that you're pulling in, as you always hear me say, has a lot to do with who you are, who you perceive yourself to be. And bringing it back to feelings, the way you feel about yourself. You can have so many different ways of covering certain feelings up about yourself. But a lot of these connections outside of you are really going to teach you so much about who you are. Hence, Libra and Aries connection being polar opposites. Aries is the I am, and Libra teaches you who you are through the balance and partnership. Some of this balance comes from confrontation, especially if it's something that you're not handling within yourself. Feel me? And we got the sacral chakra, so we got air energy, a lot of air energy, air and earth, getting grounded. I feel like some of you are about to have this amazing shift in your life, but you just got to get grounded a little bit more. Get grounded a little bit more, either to release any toxicity from a past situation or to be able to confront the one that's approaching you. Either way, surround yourself with peace, protect your energy. Because Pisces season is very dreamy, very dreamy. Basically, just in your imagination, making sure it's a space that you want to be, making sure that it's a space that you're speaking empowerment over yourself. We have the woman holding a coin. There goes the magician in the mirror that came on out. Bring you right on over here, sir. Okay. The magic, the star, the wish. What do you want here? There's some of you have an ancestor, or I don't know. This could be whatever it is that you consider to be something higher than you, the feminine energy of it. This is what it was saying about the intuition, not following it. Protect your energy so you can see where you're going next and trust where you're going next without seeking validation. Basically, you got the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, coming up under the sacral. So then we have the angel of balance. Here we got that Libra energy again. So it's coming across like those burdens were all part of you, and we're all part of the endurance phase, so that way you can get into the strength phase, then the power phase. It's kind of like weightlifting. Don't mind me. I'm having a moment. I really am. Cause start hitting kettlebells, life be looking a lot different. Honestly, y'all, yes, I am a personal trainer. So if you are seeking a personal trainer, what up, what up? But honestly, even as an athlete, I've noticed how, oh man, how structured we can be as humans, right? To get to a particular result. And also what we do to ourselves that may contribute to the loss of whatever we just gained. And I'm going to just leave that right there because that just made me feel like I was about to go down a fucking rabbit hole. But if the woman was okay, if the woman was an actual person or figure, be Isis, obviously with the angel of balance. You could even have Uriel too, because Uriel you'll hear to be masculine energy, feminine energy. That it has a lot to do with the crown chakra. I will be coming to you for personal training if you help me get my soul right. I truly trust you. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I do incorporate now into personal training is everything with astrology too. So it's like you're getting to know yourself through movement. It shit is a fucking no brainer. I mean, it's a fucking no brainer at this point. You know what I mean? I've been through all the ups and downs of seeing what my body feels and looks like when it's doing what it wants to do, when it's not doing what it wants to do, when it's doing what it feels like it should be doing, but still not what it wants to do. It's just so many observations I've been able to have. And even with like speaking to other athletes or other people who are either just fitness trainers, and the body frames look different too. You can just tell. And I feel like the difference has more so to do with like the thought of having to compete. There's this, I don't know, not to compare those that are athletes and those that just, train. But I'm just saying a lot of different things at this point, y'all, obviously. But we here with this. We here with the vibes. Let me get animal spirit messages. Let me get the animal spirit messages until I feel like I have to come back to this, what I'm looking at right here. Spirit is asking you, what do you love to do? Because that is the easiest point of direction it can give you as to what it is that you want. It has to be connected to what it is that you love. Because you were here to experience life. Well, this realm, you're going to experience hate and love. But you have to get to a point where you're able to observe it like the magician does. You have to get to a point where you're able to observe your reality. To the raccoon and the tiger. I just feel like there's just so much more that we have the ability to connect to. It's just what we allow ourselves to connect with. You shitting me? You're not shitting me, but that was a beautiful crow. Beautifully, like flying over there. Oh, that was mesmerizing. Past, present, future. And it just made me think of this thought that I had earlier where you tend to hear that people that speak multiple languages, tend to be wealthier some way, shape, or form. But I feel like that's because they're connected to so many different frequencies of vibrations and have a bigger palette to create. That's just all. Look at that, a bigger palette to create. Mm-hmm. Allowing that in between moment between and allowing that in between moment in relationships here so that way you can realign. This is something new to some of you, or taking it to a newer level. What I'm talking about is, let's say, something mm, more to the extent of whatever it was that you moved on from. Have you fully healed from it? And it's like putting it all together and balancing it all out, or putting it all together into this one masterpiece. You know what I mean? This is giving me big old Shun vibes, though. The swan. The tarantulas at the bottom of the deck with the beaver and the dolphins. Yeah, when it comes to the intuition, y'all, right now, trust that baby. Some of you have been journaling so much more, and that's what's getting you to see things much clearer, making it smoother for you to pull up those uncomfortable moments. Literally, this message is for whomever is at this space where you really are looking to be at a state of bliss. Like that shit don't go up or down. It's just there. You know what I mean? It's there. Okay. You're so welcome, beloved. You're so welcome, my dear. And yes, I do PayPal or Cash App for the general personal readings. But yes, you'll normally know when I'm doing them, like if I have it in the pin, or I'll say it throughout the readings. Obviously, I'm not saying it now because I'm not doing that today. I may do it later. I'll see. I'll see. But yes. But the stingray talks a lot about the spine, the realignment. So this is also like the hangman. So you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You definitely did. You have been putting yourself in uncomfortable situations so you can see what it is that you have to completely let go of in order to really connect to all of this beauty of being able to hear from the divine. My thing is, if I'm not mistaken, No, it was the turtle and the beaver. Give me a second. Let me fill this out right quick. You know what this looks like too? Just as it is out here. This is the uncomfortable situation. This is you. This is you. You is the person that is connected to the magician in the mirror within themselves. But they're also around these situations that are still here, still within their frequency of manifestation. And there's some of those things that takes whatever this is that they're manifesting out of alignment. This is for something in your life that you're like, fuck, this shit always happens. It's like a never ending cycle. This is what's coming clear to you now. The root of that matter. That right there. Huh. You're surely going to need these angels you see out here. You got Raphael and the angel of balance. So here we have a lot of understanding that's happening. Plenty of understanding, and this understanding is of the divine feminine and divine masculine. 88, that's Earth Dragon here. Earth Dragon energy like that of Rihanna's, and she's a Pisces. So that could be significant to some of you, or some of her music could help you with that. Or just music in general is going to help you to really balance out the heart chakra on a home stretch. You're on a home stretch. You're on a home stretch. I feel like pulling some more messages. I want to see. Yeah, you on a home stretch. Wow, the wolf is at the bottom of the deck, and the panda's under that. Like this is like that person that's on the path that nobody can fuck with them. You're too ancient for this energy now. You're too ancient and wise, and they know not to. There's a level of respect now. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, this energy is connected to the fifth chakra. I think. Look at that. I'm telling you. What you say? Anytime I even think that my intuition, not for my eyes up, look at me like, nah, Joe, we're past this. Come on now, for real, for real. There's a lot of that happening. You ain't lying about that. Let's see what your spirits have to say. Highest self of the collective involved right now. There was just 3330 on the timer. Something you've mastered, but you're also on a new path here. Higher self of the collective. Huh. The lovers, really. Mastering love. What it truly means to you to be in higher levels of commitment here. You did get Archangel Raphael with the fourth chakra, which will be the heart chakra. Some of you are understanding why you connect to certain people, why you communicate the way you do with certain people that you do connect with or do not connect with. If you're doing that deep shadow work, you're realizing those moments of where things had to pause and why they paused. You got the main female, yeah, reflecting a lot. Feminine energy is really great at that. Yep, when it comes to mending, especially if it had anything to do with your work. If it had anything to do with your work, you're realizing that you were probably deceiving yourself or selling yourself short because of this energy or because of having any other energy around that doesn't align with what you're doing present. That's another realization that you're having too, especially if you're climbing to higher heights. You know what I mean? Hmm. Now, this could be somebody choosing between two different women as well, two different energies in general, feminine energies. Cancer, I'm getting Cancer, Taurus, Libra, Virgo, and Pisces because it's extremely compassionate. Wow. I'm sitting here looking up. You got marriage out here. It's all part of the journey, but what journey is this exactly? The main male's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this just got real lovey dovey. Like it just threw me for a loop. Let me see. Let's do it this way. I'll get an animal spirit for each of them. Obviously, divine feminine, this is you. Options that you can be interested in, the commitment. We got the journey here, and it's the main male. So we're going to have to do this way. We can't run away from this here now. No, no, no. Look at that. Master of illusion, master of the mind, the dragonfly. The dragon and the dragonfly. I wish with all my heart. Hmm. Very past life-ish energy. Just flew over with that. Times of dragon tales are more people who are interested in dragon tales, not just the cartoon, or not even the cartoon, but just tales of dragons. But let's see. Energy of divine feminine. Or this main female. Oh shit. Riding out alone. Ooh, definitely on quite the spiritual journey here. Let me see what it is. Okay. Energy of the lovers here. Animal spirit energy of the lovers. There's two of them. Huh. The hawk. This not in reverse, but the fact that it's the lovers card and two comes out, the whale and the hawk. Hawk. This could be somebody from Boston. Huh. The whale and the hawk. Now, this could be the same person. Okay. This is one person. This is a very awkward communicator, great communicator, but still awkward in the sense of not being able to start the conversations. Okay. These are energies where you would have to be the one to step forward. That's what this seems like. Now, if this is two separate people, you have one that communicates, okay? You have one that communicates very well, quite chatty, okay? Knows they're a boss though. They know who they are. Same, I'm just picking up on high energies right now, so that's what we're doing. This will energy though. Very emotional. This could be someone younger. I feel like this is someone younger, but with an old soul. Let's just see. We got the unicorn at the bottom of the deck. So this is just whatever you envision it to be. We got the cobra now with these two coming out. Whoa. Huh. Aphrodisiac. Like, I don't know whose business. Yeah, a big old Shun energy. Okay. So, wow. This is interesting. We go from earth to water to air to water to air. The fire right now is at the bottom of the deck, though. This shit is funny. This right here You're seeing the Kundalini rising energy in general. Well, look, would you look at that? You go from the tarantula to the spider to the eagle. Okay. This is quite a story to tell. This is quite a story to tell, is what I'm getting from this. That's what putting it all together feels like. This shit is wild, bro. It's dope though. I like it. Now, this is stepping back to one's primordial self. As a matter of fact, let me read to y'all what it says for where the moon is right now in the sign of Gemini. It says knots in a cord. They are a message in a code. Coming up against limits, aware of what is not, inhabiting a bittersweet combination of longing and the quickening of awareness. What is sought and desired, being indefinitely held away. Cross purposes between the greatest self and the little one. The little one will not have it. Huh. Reactivities, tangents, and compulsions. Going through cycles of very extreme kind. Always self critical, especially in this energy right here, which will have this main female. Now, this could just be energy in general. The moment that you embark on this journey, you can find yourself coming across others, okay? As you're crossing your road, you're crossing paths with others. Seeing the Cobra card made my whole body tingle. So it will lead you into connecting with those that will help you to see more, will help you to see more. And this is why you ain't having it. Don't make it fit, but take what resonates, is all I'm going to say. Because I already know, like I told y'all, my messages now, they about to be going a whole nother, I don't know where. But I'm just letting it do what it do. It says going through cycles of a very extreme kind, always self critical, wondering, is this real? The two sides of thinking about things, going back and forth. This could even be someone in a particular connection, but comparing their connection to something of the past. Better figure it out. Better figure it out. Don't put yourself in that position or somebody else in that position to be tagging along. It's the age of knowing. You gotta know where you feel balanced, where you're in harmony. Feel me? It says here pressurized and suspicious, and yet you move through all of this as quickly and as sharply as is desired or sought. Arbitrary self will stops the flow, and a reversal of emphasis starts it moving again. Trials, ordeals, initiations, exile, and return. Hmm. Then it says here for the next degree, a collection of large dried leaves, each one bearing an inscription, a neatly compacted little world. Everything fits together splendidly. Each detail is highlighted, mentally known to be right where it belongs, but everything is static. No movement destroys the coherence. You remember the way it's supposed to be and reconstitute all good things from the past while inwardly craving to break through to something new. The familiar mental categories accompany you everywhere, knowing exactly what is happening and is highly valued. 1,000 practical gifts are made easy. Everything works smoothly. The social cultural sphere is well observed. But underneath, slowly, gradually, you are losing all interest in this pattern and seeing a way out of it. Hmm. And seeing a way out of it, which in the fullness of time may be there if you can let go of the need to please everybody and make perfect sense and discover the great bulk of your being lying dormant, waiting for the future to dawn. Needing relief and release to feel alive again and to know that it is possible to find real satisfaction in living. Yep, that's that I don't care respectfully energy right there that the moon is giving off. So, with this marriage card coming out, we got three. There's something about the sun, moon, rising as well for whomever this is connecting for when it comes to people outside of you. There's something about you knowing more about your sun sign, your immortal spirit, your ego. Okay, that's, your sun has a lot to do with your identity, your ego, and what you shine a light on from your experiences and you take in as a part of you. That's why making a choice as to what you want to do and where you want to go and responding and not just always reacting and just going on the first hop or being impulsive about it is very important to know what you're doing because you develop the ego from the experiences. You know what I mean? So, with this marriage card, going back to this marriage card, excuse me, you have the oyster and the bee. The water sign and the air sign. It feels like Aquarius, Pisces energy though. But that energy would be connected to I know and I believe, which is giving me strong divine masculine, divine feminine balance from this path of the past connections. Now, let's say if this was something about work or not even love, like you're realizing all the different paths that you've taken when it came to different jobs to a particular career that you want. Now, if this comes to a partner, you're realizing, like we said before, you know, the experiences that you've had in the past with other partners and why you chose to be with these particular partners or why they even gravitated towards you or why you were even interested in even stepping into a commitment and then fulfilling that commitment and then having to experience what you experience when it's not fully fulfilled the way you expected. What do you do now with the term of expectations? What do you do now with trust? Like there's so much that's coming in as I'm looking at this right now. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Somebody sees it now. Somebody really sees it. Let's see something. Very strong spirit guide. That's a water sign. Very strong spirit guide. That's a water sign. Could be a moon in Gemini or rising. How that we was talking about sun, moon, and rising. And another obvious story, okay, for those of you who are single, there's somebody who sees you as the one. Or this has to do with work and a higher level of commitment and choosing that appropriate person for that position. You're being viewed as the one with the tools. There's something with being able to be intuitive as well as logical. Each time action is taken, both are expressed beautifully. And that's how you're being viewed. Let's move on to another message. What has the collective forgotten about themselves? What is the animal spirit that connects the message of what the collective has forgotten about themselves? Stepping into their full power, Ashe. Stepping into their full power. These two are still sitting here, the eagle and the spider. Yeah. Gotta be honest with yourself. Gotta be honest with yourself. The planet ain't even supporting it. And this is the dishonesty that you're willing to have with yourself because no one else can see this. Impulsive energy at the bottom of the deck. So whatever this message is connected to what you have forgotten about yourself. And this aspect of you is what causes you to be impulsive in situations. Mm-hmm. The beaver and the lizard. Fire and water. With the golden egg at the bottom of the deck. It's like forgetting your ability to be able to rise back up. And the way in doing so, I just want to check on this lizard. They went right to it. Let's see. It says artistic and telepathic. Uh-huh. That's I mean shit. The one way to prevent yourself from being so impulsive is using your intuition, which means that you're finding a moment to step into what we would say a meditative state. Granted, I mean shit. That's up to you to decide what that moment feels like. But there's like subtle reminders around you, subtle things you stop doing that what you thought was the lightest load became the heaviest load type of sense here. That's what I'm picking up on here now. It's like this one slight thing took care of the most intricate part of you, but you're no longer doing that. And the beaver's always waiting around, looking around and shit. Mm. That's connected to that tarantula energy. Being at a crossroads. This is weird. It's like repeating a lesson, but just within. So experiencing something within, but it just feels like it's happening outside of you. It's the perfect illusion. Mm-hmm. Really doing things that align more with your purpose is what this is. Really doing what aligns more with your purpose and not feeling guilt for having to do so. So they want you to remember your gift of being able to connect to the subtle frequencies around you. And trust what it is that you feel. Believe and know, know and believe. And I'm going to leave your message right there, my loves. That's all I got for you right now. And I may be back today. If not today, I'll see you when I see you. Because it'll still be today. Ashe. Love y'all.